Greetings, Batavia Mayor Schielke speaking to you on Friday, November the 5th. And there's a lot of excitement floating around Batavia today. Specifically, this morning we participated in escorting out of town the Batavia High School cross-country team that's going to some state finals down in Peoria tomorrow. And so we wish them the very best. There's quite a contingent of girls going, and we have one male that's on the boys' side that is going to be participating. So we're very honored to have those folks representing Batavia in a state competition in the finals of that competition. Also tonight is going to be a big game in the city of Chicago at Mount Carmel High School, where the Batavia Bulldogs will continue on in their quest to become state football champions in their category in the state of Illinois. And tonight's game, so I'm told by those who know a lot more about football than I do, is this is going to be quite a challenging game. And there's going to be a lot of folks that will probably be there, try to get in. The facility is, I'm told, on the kind of the south side of Chicago, on the near the lakefront, and it will be an interesting place if you want to go into the game and participate in. But we certainly wish Coach Piron and the entire football team all the best. They have an unblemished record there and have not lost a game yet, and they are moving forward. They're highly ranked by the state sports writers, so Batavia has a lot to be proud of, and we got a lot on the line tonight. So we just keep our fingers crossed, and the very best wishes to Coach Piron and the entire Bulldog team for so well representing us all through this year in Batavia football throughout the region, and the great reputation and record that you've accomplished. Today I want to spend a little bit of time talking about what Batavia is getting ready to do for Christmas. And obviously, under the sponsorship and the great preparation of the Batavia Park District, we are going to have the arrival of Santa Claus on the Sunday night after Thanksgiving. And he'll be arriving and will be coming into the Peg Bond Center. Well, he'll be there to meet and greet all of his fans and young folks that would like to be with him, have their picture taken, and tell them what they wish they get for Christmas. Beyond that, there's going to be a concert, small concert by the Batavia Community Band, and they will be playing some holiday music, and that is a great delight. We are extremely fortunate to have the community band within our community. They do a wondrous job, and most of them are former Batavia High School musicians, and of course their director is Mr. John Heath, who is a retired band director at Batavia High School. So we've got the right people in the right place, and many of these old musicians, I'll call them that, or former musicians, like to keep their instrument in place and usable, so that we have a number of them that all volunteer. Nobody's paid a cent to do any of this, but they're all willing to come down and 5 or 6 times a year spread the community cheer in the community. And they're going to also be out on November 11th down at the VFW, joining the Batavia VFW post about between 10 and 11 for a Veterans Day program. And so we look forward to that, and again hearing some music. I know the community band uses the council chambers for practicing their events, and they've been practicing here the last couple of weeks, at least one night a week. Mr. Heath has them down here. And so we will see what we will see, but it should be some nice things for people to look forward to. And I know that the community band has its own kind of fan club of Batavia residents who ever go wherever they're going to set up, they go and sit back and enjoy the music that's being provided. So we've got that going. And then also at Christmas time, we are once again, for the 71st year, we are going to have the Batavia Toy Drive and then distribution to needy children in the community. And what this is a citizens group that is under, I guess I'll say, sponsorship of the city, because we've cooperated in this adventure since it was commenced back in 1950 by the late Fire Chief Bud Richter, who got the idea through the Batavia Rotary Club that he would repair broken toys, bicycles, dolls, toy trucks, games, get pieces back together and whatever, and then would get the stuff into usable shape and then give it to the Rotary and the Rotary would go out on the 23rd, 24th of December to needy homes that had been identified as families that may not have much to be able to provide for Christmas, and they would just, like Santa's arrival, they would leave stuff on the front doorstep and go about to the next stop. Well, we've kind of changed that program a little bit. The fire department got way too busy to be repairing toys anymore, and we now have a whole bunch of folks that we got a lot more applicants for this than we did previously. We run a check through a cooperative of various agencies in town, and we develop a list, and then on that list we send letters of invitation out to the families that we know could use some support, and they are invited to come on a certain date at a certain time. And this year, for the second year in a row, we're going to be distributing the toys on the, I'll call it the south side, within the building of the old Sam's Club on Randall Road at Mill Street. And so they will be out there, and they will be having everybody tell them what they'd like to get for Christmas, and then they show up, and we many times have the Batavia High School football team have some of their stronger guys show up, and they help us carry all these toy bags out to the car and get everybody situated and suited. And the whole project has become almost a year-long life experience for Roy and Jeannie Bailey and their children, and Rudy and Marilyn Dubas. They are kind of the forerunners of this thing, and with the help of others, there's been a number of people who have contributed money. And I guess one of the things I'd like to pitch today is, if you're looking for something to do a nice donation to, certainly the Batavia Access Toy Drive would be a donation you could make. You could drop a check off or whatever at the Batavia City Hall, and we would make sure that they get the money, because now instead of repaired toys, they get all new stuff and in the box, and some of the local businesses give us a real special deal on buying some of that stuff. So we get it all distributed, and it seems to work every year, and we are led to believe that we have many, many happy faces in Batavia on Christmas Day because we do this. And we figured out after many years of doing this how to do it, and one of the things we have to do when we do the actual toy distribution day is we have to have a couple of uniformed Batavia police officers there with us to just kind of meet and greet folks. But we have had the experience where a lot of people from other towns hear about this and want to come into Batavia and see if we'll give them some free stuff. And so we restrict this to Batavia residents only, and it seems to work okay. But as I say, we do have a few gate crashers, so that's why we have the Batavia Police Department joins us for a couple hours on that day, just to make sure everybody's there and understanding the rules that are set in place. You better have the letter with you before we're going to make a distribution. So we as a community, I think, have a lot to be thankful for. We're having some discussions right now with the Batavia Ministerial Association, and I'll be reporting some more finite details probably next week on this, but we're trying to revive some of the old religious customs in Batavia that speak to the ecumenicalism of all the churches understanding and working together in their belief in God and going forth. And so one of the things that we're going to try to do, I believe the Ministerial Association is going to have a community-wide Christmas service. And also we are going to be trying to do a 12th night Christmas tree burning ceremony, which we'll have more details about that. I believe it's going to be on January 6th. So I know the Ministerial Association talked about it yesterday, and we're going to move forward with that one. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of what's kind of coming for some of the holiday stuff. Obviously some of the decorations will start appearing here around Thanksgiving or so, and we'll be decorating downtown Batavia, and the letters will be going back up on the Peace Bridge, and we'll have a number of things that bring the sentimental sense of Christmas to our community. Christmas trees decorated around the Riverwalk, and other great things that people now have come to expect as kind of traditions in Batavia. And once again, we're going to have the so-called Charlie tree, which is named after Charlie Chemis, who was our water superintendent before he retired and later passed away. But Charlie used to want to have a all-red Christmas tree hanging someplace in Batavia to pay tribute to all the Hispanic folks that live in our community, because many of them have the tradition that the Christmas tree be all red. And so we shall see that around, and many people make a family effort to get in the car and drive around Batavia and look at the decorations and whatever. And I know several people that make it an annual event because Batavia every year seems to get more and more Christmas and decoration, specifically outside decorations. And there are several number of people that make an annual trip with each other, and they'll go out and drive the community and look at all the Christmas decorations. And then they'll be in the coffee shops the next morning sharing the news about where to go and see an interesting decoration display. And a lot of people really make this a kind of a coming together and a kind of a personal endeavor between themselves to kind of go out and share the wonders of Christmas as they unfold in Batavia. And for whatever reasons, which are good reasons, Batavia's been doing this bigger and better each and every year. And I don't think this year is going to be any lax or fallback. I would look for Batavia to be highly decorated in the next few weeks. So I think that's going to be it for me for this week. Look forward to talking to you next week. I'll have some more Christmas dates and times and places to be shared with you in more exact fashion. But have a good week. I've had a good week this week. And let's keep the Batavia friendships and support of each other and understanding of each other, which make this the great place that it is. Let's continue to build on that. And I really want to express my appreciation to the Batavia Ministerial Association and our religious community in general for their willingness to kind of step forward and, let everybody in Batavia know that largely here in God We Trust is a theme of the community, and it's something that we like to keep at the forefront of our town. So that being said, have a good week, and we'll talk to you next week.